welcome. Welcome to Drakie's Gaming. That's right, this is me. Hang on. Alright, Drakie's Gaming. This is how you will normally see me. Nyom, nyom. Do 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 do. With that on the PC. Or with a PSVR 2 on. External battery pack. That will save you with a MetaQuest. I tell you. You need one of them. So, as you can see, I've been playing Aces of Thunder, which is a beta. It is out on the 3rd of February. I have no idea if my beta will still be running. Doesn't really matter, because I will be buying it for the PC, and I will be buying it downstairs on the PS5 Pro, because I don't play games unless it's VR. Sorry about the hair, it's VR hair. Yeah, so I've been playing, I play Gran Turismo 7. There's a few of the just VR games really. But obviously I'm just putting videos out about Aces of Thunder. Dawn of Jets, that's another good one. They've got a beta going on their multiplayer, and I do like the gameplay on that. It's not a sim, it's not a flight sim, but it is very lifelike in the VR, so I'd give that a shot. I've put videos up about that before. Not very good ones, I'm not very good. I don't claim to be any good. So that's where I am. Generally, a general variation of VR games is what I play. I just like to put out what I know about them. Super honoured to play the gouging Aces of Thunder. Super brilliant. Obviously it's still got little kinks, but the big deal about that before was the hand controllers never worked. The things I saw before I got taken down from PlayStation Store, obviously they had problems with it. It got put on the store, I had it set as a favourite, and it just disappeared. It disappeared from Steam, it disappeared off PSVR, and I'm guessing because the reports I saw on YouTube before that were the hand controls didn't work. They had to use flight sticks and keyboards and mouse and stuff. So I'm guessing they sorted all that out, and yeah, they work brilliantly. I don't have the PSVR version. I'd like to try it out on there to see how the hand controls feel on that, because they are a bit bigger. The MetaQuest hand controls are quite small compared to the PSVR ones. But I'd love to try it out on the PSVR, but I will when it comes out on the 3rd of February, because I will be buying it anyway. Which will be super, super interesting, because I've got friends on the PS5 that will be buying it to play. Which means I've got people I can play in multiplayer with. Whereas on the PC I don't. I just tend to just play on my own. Flight Sim 2020 and Flight Sim 2024, I play both of them. I own 2020, and I have 2024 on a 3-month trial on Xbox Game Pass, if that's what you call it now. So that will be ending soon, and to be honest, there's a lot of things about Flight Sim. There's a lot of ifing and harring about the 2020 and the 2024, and here's my take on it. I played 2020 since it came out on the Xbox. I was a massive Xbox player up until the beginning of 2024. I kind of got a bit bored of it. I thought there must be more out there, and I heard about the PS5 and the PS5 VR, but I'd never used one. So I went out and I bit the bullet. I bought a PS5, and I bought the PS5 PSVR 2, sorry, and I put them together. I started playing Gran Turismo and I loved it. I ditched the Xbox, I gave that to my girlfriend. She's got that, I just went, there you go. Anyway, she was interested in PS, she bought a PS as well. And I love the VR. Really, I got no motion sickness or anything like that. I mean, it's not in my sort of family thing to have that. I've got nothing in that way. I've never been car sick or anything like that. So but playing the PSVR or playing any VR, it's more of your brain needs to know that you are grounded while you're on a VR. And a lot of people get sick because the brain can't understand the fact of they are sitting in a chair while you're in this virtual world. So your brain thinks you're in this world, so you've got to move where you're moving on the VR. Like you go that way, you've got to move that way, you've got to move that way, you've got to move that way. Whereas I just sit there and use my hand controllers. It doesn't bother me because my brain knows I'm actually sat in my chair in my office. The one good thing about the Meta Quest 3 or 2 or whatever is you can look down the nose. So yeah, you can peek down the nose while you're playing and see the floor. So if you ever start to feel sick while you're playing that, the Meta Quest, you can just look down the nose, look at the floor, make your brain realise that you are stationary in your home. And then if you keep doing that, eventually you'll probably end up looking at the floor less because your brain will twig that you are sitting wherever you're sitting in your house, wherever you are. And eventually that sick feeling should go away. The problem with the PSVR 2 is you can't look down the nose on the PSVR 2 because it's totally sealed and the field of view is a lot wider. So a lot more people have a lot more problems with that because you can't look around you. So the only advice I can give is like, if you're standing playing a game, put your legs against a chair and push back so that you can really feel your legs against a chair or a couch or something. So if you go to move forward, you feel your legs move away, so then you know you're moving, and then you just kind of stop, pause, or whatever, or just step back to where you are. Anyway, that's a total different subject to what I was talking about. 2020 Microsoft or 2024. I prefer 2020. Here's the reason. The flying in VR, or the flying in general, is a lot better than 2024. I like 2024 because you get the career. You can do career and all the rest of it, whereas you don't get that on 2020. And this is where I start to fall off on 2024 because in real life you walk around your aircraft and you'll check it and you'll pull this thing out of your engine or you'll take the chocks away and all the rest of it, but you're playing a game. Now, the problem with that is it takes so much graphical end to do that, whether you're in flat screen 2D or in VR. It takes so much volume and traffic to give you the best graphics possible to do that. It takes it, I think they're taking a little bit away from the flying. So in the PSVR, in the Meta Quest, because I play it on the Meta Quest, I haven't got it on the PSVR. Not yet, because the VR mode isn't out on the PlayStation yet. They haven't brought out the update yet. But once they do, I've got it. I've got the disc downstairs. Once they do, I'll be able to play it on the PS. The problem is I foresee that being out the aircraft, walking around, taking your chocks away and all the rest of it is really, it's alright, I mean, okay, aesthetic wise. But the difference is on 2020, your flight control is a lot sturdier. I can make a small bank left on my horse on 2020 and it will do a small bank left on the 2020 version. If I do a small bank left on the 24 version, it will spike. The controls are a lot more loose on every aircraft I've found. I mean, I can go like this on the 2020 and the plane will just like that. But you go like this on 2024 and it kind of goes like that. There's a major difference in how it reacts to the flight controls on 2024. I could turn them down. But, I can't be bothered. I want to play it how it plays. And I don't want to spend 3 hours trying to suss out how to turn the horse control down so I can get it to play like 2020 when I could just play 2020, which I enjoy anyway. So, do. I'll play both, but I prefer 2020. That's my take on that. So I downloaded some new software for the MetaQuest, and apparently I can link it to PlayStation and play live. But I think it'd be cool for people who watch me. Like, you could see me playing offline live, especially with Aces of Thunder before it comes out. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Just go and do some main missions. The problem is, I hate asking for people to click that button. I don't find it exciting to say click that button and stick a like or whatever. I'm not really into that. But for it to verify that I am a real person on YouTube and not an AI stupid thing. Not AI. I need 50 subscribers. Don't ask me why it wants that. The problem is I never ask people to click that button. The stupid button. In fact, if you click the button, go on my name, go on my channel, go across to the bell and put a strike through it so you don't see any of my videos, because, you know, I don't put them up that often. It's alright if you want to see the Aces of Thunder stuff. I mean, you can leave the bell on. I don't mind. I'm just saying, if you don't want it on there, you'd have to put it on. I have it switched off on 90% of my subscriptions I'm subscribed to. I just like to peruse the Parisian and click what I fancy watching at the time. I don't really want it forced in my face, which is why I tell people not to click the buttons. But to get this thing to play live, I need 50 subscriptions. So if you could help out with that, I'd be most grateful. I wouldn't normally ask. But if you can do it before February the 3rd when the game comes out, you'll be able to see me playing it live. I'm not sure how good it is. It might be a really garbagey connection. It might be really horrible graphics, you know, feeding through live. But the only way I can find out is if I can get verified on that stupid thing. So that's my final ask. But thanks for watching. Hit that button. God, I hate that. But if you won't mind hitting the button, but if you have hit the button, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, I really do. But if you haven't, and you really don't want to, do it until the 3rd of February and then unclick it. Just get me on there. Get me so I can play, fly some missions. That'd be quite cool, and you could see it all if you let me. Right, that's me. I'm done. I'm going to try and do a video on Aces of Thunder on a mission, and I'm absolutely garbage at that game. I end up crashing 99% of the time because I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where the objectives are, and I'm looking around and it's just clouds, sky and sea or land, and I'm not very good at figuring it out. I know there's a little map down the bottom where my leg is, kind of like a knee pad kind of thing, but it tells you where the objective is. The problem is, by the time I look down there, figure out where I'm going, figure out which way I'm pointing, which means I have to still look down there. It's a little icon that tells you sort of on the map whether you're pointing that way, that way, that way. Objective's there, say objective's there, and I'm pointing that way. I have to turn around and fly all the way back around there and then fly towards it to get there. But while I'm looking down there, I'm not looking there, which means sometimes I go like that, crash, because I'm looking there and not where I'm going. Told you, I'm not that good. Maybe playing it a while, I'll get better. So, yeah, thanks. Appreciate you watching, and hit that button. Sorry. Bye.